Aloha, everybody. Welcome to this winter solstice reading. Today there is access to a gateway straight to the heart of the grand central sun, which is 0 point in our universe. This allows us easier access and upgrades to our higher heart, our sacred heart space. There's a lot of galactic energy associated with today, as well as some Ascended Master energy, particularly the Arcturians are very present energetically. Something my guides wanted me to pass along or bring to your attention is our relationship with our experience is a reflection of our relationship with ourself. So Spirit's asking you to look at this and look at how you speak about your experiences, and understand that these are situations that we create for ourselves and are a reflection and representation of our relationship with ourselves. You may have noticed certain things coming back around in your life, and these are themes. And these are themes that are begging for your attention, and an opportunity for you to view your relationship with it. And you now have the choice to elevate that relationship with that situation that is returning in your life. The deeper thread of this has to do with specifically with mastery of our own energy and our relationship with managing our own energy. And then this branches out and affects our relationship with other people, places, or things. Everything is transmuting, literally everything, which means it won't be the same as it was before. So even if there are circumstances or themes coming back around in your life, there's the opportunity to elevate your relationship with those things based on mastery of your own energy first. Sometimes answers come to us in a very obvious way, and sometimes answers come to us in a very subtle way. And so there's a lot of energy supporting us mastering our awareness of the subtleties in the current energies that are coming through. Solstice included, okay? Things are no longer the way they've always been. So our relationship with everything has changed. It's an opportunity for us to look at everything with a fresh pair of eyes. And we can define the parameters in which the context of that relationship exists. We have the capability to define how that energy exists in our life. So, in other words, mastery of our own energy allows us to interface with other energies on our terms, right? Without losing our alignment. And so that's a really big message. It's basically the same message described in different ways, but it's also how it affects us and other things in our lives, and so, people, places, or things. And so that's one of the main messages that my guides wanted me to share with you today. Going into this reading, that's been the theme for about a month now, and it's still here very, very strongly. And so this is a time for us to really master our own energy and the subtleties of our own energy. That's what this time is about. So, but those are kind of some of the deeper themes as to why that's important right now. I wanted to also share a dream with you I had the other night that was really interesting. And I was at a meeting in a hall in the astral, and the person that I was listening to had little trinkets represented lined up like the planets. And he took what looked like a little, something you would eat like an appetizer off of. It was a little sword. And he stuck it through one of the trinkets. And he said, this is Jupiter, or no, sorry, he said, this is Saturn. And he said, Saturn is trying to do this. And he started to move Saturn out of its natural orbit. And so I specifically wanted to share this with you today for Solstice, because there's been a lot of pull on the natural energies to shift out of their old habits, okay? When you think about what Saturn represents, and when you think about the little sword, like the Ace of Swords in tarot representing truth, right? And so I feel there will be a lot of truths that are coming up. If you felt cloudy or temporarily lost, this is going to clear up, basically, is what this is saying also. But what's interesting for this message coming through just before solstice is, if Saturn is trying to break out of its own patterns that it's had forever, and it's evolving as a planet as well, and how this represents our own journey and how this affects us and our energy, and is so symbolic. This is huge. This is greatly affecting us right now, okay? And it's a huge theme for what's going on energetically. And solstice gives us an opportunity to revel in that truth, to revel in our own truth, and to not let outside influences distract what we came here to do and to be. Okay, and our own evolutionary process. And the core of that is mastery of our subtle energies, right? And your interactions with the people, places, or things in your life will become easier and more harmonious when we do take the time to set aside to have that mastery of our own energy. And this will have implications going on for the future too. So eventually we'll be able to get to a point to where we have complete control over our neurotransmitters internally, and we can release them on command, or balance them on command. And so it's not only our subtle energy bodies externally, but it's also our channels within, right? And it's our ability to manage our energy on a cellular level. That's the future of healing, okay? And so Saturn breaking out of its, just taking control and breaking out of its old patterns for a new access to rotate on a new axis, right, is the kind of fulcrum for balancing all of this, okay? So with that being said, the crystals that wanted to come today definitely reflect this energy. And these are some really abstract and I guess esoteric kind of concepts that have been coming through the past month, and so I hope I'm explaining them okay. But basically it has to do with new neural connections, all right? So this green fluorite with rainbow inclusions and its dendrites wanted to come through today. Let me see if I can get it good. Yeah, there you go. You can see it right there. It's about making those new neural connections, mastery of the subtle energy body, and the cellular processes that occur within, all right? And this is fossilized coral. And you can see all of the spirals in there. It's just amazing. And how many dendrites and connections there are in there in this fossilized coral. This is a representation of what is occurring, all right? And flower agate. So you can see all of the blossoming and blooming in this agate with all of these dendrites and connections being formed. And that's the process right now, okay? That's the process. And so this is what Spirit wants us to focus our energy on for ourselves, and take the time to do this because it will impact our abilities, not only for healing ourselves, but healing others. And I know that in the past, people have said, well, you know, you're really creating space for the other person to heal themselves. That's true to an extent. But what I've come to find is that obviously with the other person's consent, as healers, there are changes that we can physically make in their cells. DNA activations, DNA healing, neurotransmitter balancing, okay? And these are to help with things, just a wide variety of things like healing the pain body, curing fibromyalgia, healing addiction through dopamine regulation. I mean, there's so many facets of this, right? That in ways that it can be applied, and so it's no longer being like a passive healer, but as we step into these skills, you are stepping into the role of an active healer with the other person. And yes, you are creating space for them to heal themselves, but you're also being a catalyst for shifts in their physical body based on your energy, on your mastery of your energy. And so focus of this right now is crucial to the future of that. All right, so I want to take a moment before we start. Let me just clear this space really quick. I really want to connect with Saturn because I can relate when you're trying to be a trailblazer and go out and do things differently, how difficult that could be. And so I really resonate with Saturn's process right now. And I want to give Saturn some support, basically. Saturn's gotten kind of a bad rep for being the planet of karma. And you guys know that's, you know, as Saturn goes through its evolution, that's no longer going to be the case. That's old energy. So let's just take a moment to clear out that old energy for Saturn and for ourselves. This is frankincense. And let's connect with Saturn, giving Saturn some support. taking a couple deep breaths, getting centered. Helping Saturn connect with the grand central sun, 0 point of our universe, so that Saturn's higher heart space may also be elevated for the process that it's electing to go through at this time. It does not wish to be known as the stern planet anymore and is evolving out of that energy. Daranaya Kandana Hashiranaya Kala Yasitanaya Kandane Yahalana Isatanai Okurishanakala Harisai Natandana Yoshurunuko Iralhai. Activate. Align. Activate. Align. Horunoko Ishanda Hai Salahai Oko Isha Nakatan Yate Isha Lahai Nakato Isate Natanda Yasaraku Isha Lakakai Hari Noko Ilahanata Haishon Koresha Nakatan Nate Yasoro Noko Ilahai Katan Osorenatai Yakiranata Hashundoko Shalahanda. That felt like very Arcturian-like language coming through. Let's open the space for the reading. We welcome your messages for the collective today, Spirit. We are open to receive and integrate these messages. We are always so grateful for you. So at the bottom, we have peace beyond survival and cosmic circles. So you can see the lion looking at these cosmic circles, things that are returning and reestablishing our relationship with them. You see the lamb here with the lion. Okay. It's about reestablishing a more harmonious, a more peaceful relationship with things that are coming back around. That's really funny that's on the bottom. I don't usually use this deck in collective readings, but it really wanted to come today, and so I just trusted the process. Yeah, joy of life. It's about recreating a joyful and harmonious relationship with these things coming back around, these themes. Rebuilding your relationship with them. All right, Spirit, for the collective. It's too many. Just one, please. Just one, please. This deck really wants to talk. All right. Ships of light, beam up your vibration, open to star family. Yeah, so a lot of galactic energy. All right, that's what I was saying in the beginning. A lot of galactic energy coming through. Some of you may have even seen in the recent past a ship of light. And I also have Kuan Yin at the bottom here. Shine your light, wise action, space for grace. Kuan Yin with the pink dragon. Okay. There's a lot of regeneration that happens with Ship of Light energy. It's very similar to the energy that the Egyptians used to have with regeneration and DNA healing. It's the same kind of light technology for ships of light. And so there's a lot of alchemy that can occur with this, with channeling this energy, or if you see a ship of light or interact with a ship of light. Okay. Oftentimes they're there and we just can't see them also. That is the case. So you can also feel this. Okay, you don't necessarily have to see it. But that may be a possibility for some of you too. But also what this is saying is just reiterating how much galactic energy has been available to us recently. Okay, and then Ascended Master energy also. So that's what I was talking about in the beginning. So Kuan Yin at the bottom, all right? Let's see where this goes. Voyage. Let's see where this goes. All right. So, wow. Okay. There's some Syrian energy reflected here as well. I'm just listening. This also has to do with a release of energies, not only bringing in and receiving these galactic and ascended master energies, but this has to do with releasing energy too. And that's what I feel like is a big part of the journey right now, and will actually help us on our path to move forward. The Kuan Yin card is also a card of transmutation of energies for things that either you're complaining about or you're unhappy about, or there's a disharmonious relationship with in your life. It's a card of transmuting that energy, and that's the energy that's coming through with these ships of light. You have galactic support as well as ascended master support with this right now, and it's a big part of the journey right now. Forgiveness may be a factor. Okay, so giving it up to the sky, back to the universe, right? So that you can let those new energies in, because they're very prevalent. This is what's going to make the new pathways in your energy body and in your cellular neural network body. I'm getting activations as I'm speaking about that. It's about transmuting the disharmonious. It's our relationship with other things, right? Like I was saying in the beginning. Redefining, reorganizing our relationship with themes that keep coming back around in our life, and transmuting and evolving those relationships. We have so much support for this right now, is what this is saying. And it's a good opportunity to let go of a lot of things also, as we connect with these solstice energies today. But also this has been going on, building up for a couple weeks now, and it's going to continue. All right, Spirit, for the collective. Yeah, it has to do with the courage to change. And so this is what Saturn's going through, all right? And this is this is exactly what Saturn is going through. It's it's getting off the merry-go-round, okay? And taking its own path. And Saturn has courage to do that, and this is being reflected in our life to do that as well, as we mirror what's happening, the evolution that Saturn is taking within our own life. This is very straightforward. Very straightforward, all right? And it does take courage to make these changes that haven't been done before, right? Everything is different now. Everything is transmuting. Everything, okay? Nothing will be the same. And it's how we build our relationship with those things and choose to interact with those that is how we are going to choose how we spend our energy, shine our light. And so they're supporting us because it does take courage to do this, okay? But this is how these new pathways are built. This is how these new pathways are built. Also, kind of what I was speaking on is questioning everything like how it was in the past, right? Because you're going to be able to see things that were not true, that you maybe have believed your whole life because that's just the way things have always been. You're going to see right through that. And Metatron is helping with this, with a third eye. All right? You're going to be able to see straight through the deceit. This is why it's important to question everything. Not to the point where you're being cynical, but to the point where you're looking at everything with a fresh pair of eyes. That's what that's saying. It's not really a message of like, oh, this person, you know, did this or whatever behind my back. It's not really about that. It's more about our own process and how we view the world. So in other words, questioning things that have been a normal to us, or like, how can I explain this? Something that has always been true to us, things like that we've thought were true our whole lives are no longer going to be true, and we're going to be seeing this, that it was just like a program that we had learned or were given or participated in electively, right? So all of that is changing, so you might notice yourself questioning everything, and this is a good thing. And Metatron is actually helping with this process, and so there may be some anxiety associated with this, okay? But just when you look at it from the perspective of, I'm just looking at everything with a fresh pair of eyes, and you ask for Metatron support, this actually will subside. And Kuan Yin can also help to soothe these energies and to shift these energies, because it is a catalyst for growth. It is a catalyst for channeling new energies in that the galactics are providing, okay? Yeah. It's about divine alchemy. This is about divine alchemy, how we alchemize the transmutation of the energies, right? So sometimes one of the ascension symptoms is anxiety, and so you have to remember to ground, right? Because that means there's too much energy up here, right? So you have to funnel that energy and transmute that energy in your energy body. You can see actually here it's represented in this picture with Kuan Yin, and it's how we work with our energy that affects our vibration. So shine your light, right? What vibration are you shifting through the collective? Pay attention to that, okay? There is also like a sense of, behind these two cards, there is also a sense of like feeling like you have to get something done in a certain amount of time. Like there is a push for this, because we each came here with a mission, right? And so we are being, what this is saying is that, yeah, we are being pushed to take that step, right? To take that leap. There is a nudge for this from spirits, from the galactics and the ascended masters, but we are supported with this, is also what this is saying. There's this balance, like, yes, we're being nudged, and yes, we are supported at the same time. And so take peace in knowing that we are so divinely supported with this. All right, Spirit, for the collective, for Solstice, what can you tell us? Strategy. All right. So, yeah, particularly about financial constraints. Okay. So there is a push to create like a plan financially for this part of your journey, for the collective. And I feel like this is going to go multiple ways for every person. When you are stepping out to do this, right? To be the trailblazer and to follow the nudges from the divine and step out onto your own, you do need a plan, is what they're saying. Okay, like, yes, we are supported, but there also needs to be some type of plan. Also, what this is saying is writing and manifesting because everything that we need is always available to us on our mission, whether we can see it or not. Okay, so there may be something that you're missing here in terms of financing that is available to you, or this particularly has to do with money. I'm not getting like abundance with this. So writing what you need, right, and bringing that vibration to you, surrounding this, okay, surrounding what you need, and specifically having a plan to go with that will be helpful on your mission. It will shift when you put the energy into writing things down and making a plan like this. It's going to help shift the energy. The energy will transmute. Yeah, because as I said that, Kuan Yin was falling off, and right underneath her, Divine Feminine, receive your birthright, unconditional love. So everything that we need, we already have, and we have to be ready to in a space to receive. Okay. But that doesn't mean it's just going to show up on our doorstep. Sometimes that actually does happen, literally. But what this is saying is make a plan, work on bringing that into your life so you can receive it. Actually, I want one more card from this deck. Okay. What else from this deck, Spirit? Hostilities and indecision. Wow. Okay. Hostilities and indecision. Okay. What's going on here? There's definitely some obstacles that I'm feeling coming through in the collective. That's causing some stagnation. The sense I get from this card is that there is an energy in the collective of overcoming these challenges, these obstacles. That's kind of more what I'm feeling. I mean, this could represent like fighting or disharmony, but I'm feeling more like obstacles. And it's a strategy for overcoming these obstacles, such as which path do I take? How do I get the financing for which path do I take? How do I make these changes in my life that I know I want to make? I've been cultivating the courage to make these changes. That's kind of the energy I'm feeling coming through with this. Kuan Yin just keeps staring at me. Space for grace. Creating space for grace. And so I feel like a lot of the advice that I gave in the beginning is what's going to help with these, that Spirit gave me to communicate to you in the beginning, was what's going to help create space to make a new harmonious relationship with these obstacles in your life, okay? With your relationship to your decision making, with your relationship to your financial plan going forward, your relationship with your courage, your sacral chakra, your relationship with your star family, your relationship with how you make change in your life and how you make space to receive in your life. All of these things are coming through and are asking for you to look at your interaction with these things and how can you elevate? How can you evolve your relationship with these things? Okay, do you see how the messages are all connected? Yeah, how you move, the speed at which you move, right? Are you moving gracefully? Are you moving at all? Are you stuck in an indecisive state because there's too many options? Are you making hasty decisions? You know, how is your decision-making process with yourself, and what does that create in your life? A string of events after you make a decision based from a heart-centered space versus a fear-based space of, am I gonna, miss out on something? Am I missing an opportunity? Am I making the right choice? Wouldn't it be so different if you had a mastery on your energy and could say, I know that I don't want to make hasty decisions. I'm making this decision from an aligned heart space that is consistent with where I want to go, that's consistent with my plan, that's consistent with the energies I'm receiving from the galactics and the ascended masters, right? Do you see how these decisions and how you choose to move in your life affect you and affect your relationship with your environment and with yourself, okay? I'm just seeing if there's any other messages before I go on. Also, how I'm seeing this is that some things maybe, the energy is moving very quickly. And so it could be that there is this level of like, I don't even know what to decide because everything's happening so fast and everything's changing so fast that I'm just going to stand still. Maybe like a sense of being overwhelmed. Kuan Yin is asking you to call on her to shift out of that state, okay? But also what this is saying is that the new neurons and the new pathways and networks that we are cultivating within ourselves to master our own energy are rapidly happening, okay? And it is going to assist with our decision-making process on our path. It is going to assist with the change that we want to see that's in alignment with our path and the highest good of all. That's also what this is saying. Yeah, motion. Things are in motion, like chariot type energy. Things are moving. This could also have to do with like a physical move for you too. Yeah, because as I said, that home, earth, home. This could have to do with a physical move also. Make a plan, make a strategy. Have the courage to take that step and face those obstacles because now is a good time, is what this is also saying. What else, Spirit? Building atoms, okay, and transformation. So a lot of I'm really getting transmuting, molecular activations, molecular atomic pressure building, right, for these transmutations. I'm also seeing pressure. I'm feeling pressure in the body. And I do think that this is related to Saturn moving off of its moving off of its axis. Okay, it's like a pressure building up. As something is about to break free, that's when there's the strongest tension, right? That's kind of the sense that I'm getting with this. And right under change, freedom. Okay? This is where Saturn is headed. And it's also where we are headed. It's about being a part of the bigger picture, but also being independent. Okay, so take some time in solitude to uncover these new processes that are occurring within yourself on a cellular and anatomical level. Okay, and work on building on this. Okay, because it's a huge transformation that's occurring right now. And it will gain you this freedom to have this mastery of your own energy no matter what is occurring around you, and create this beautiful space in your life to be able to make decisions from a wonderful place, a very beautiful place, instead of a place of hostility or financial constraint or non-independence. Okay? I hope that's making sense. Yeah, because under indecision is strength and door to value and yin yang and victory. Wow, this just keeps coming off the bottom, you guys. Okay, so all the way up to Pisces season, this energy is with us all the way up to Pisces season, and this is about overcoming your fear, rebuilding your relationship with money in particular is a big one. It's no longer a hostile relationship with money, and we will be victorious in these regards. It will be more of a harmonious energy where things can flow freely when we create that space in our life. All right, but we do have to have some work to do within, right? The Strength card, taming the beast within. There is some work to do regarding our decision-making process, regarding our planning. This is at the heart of the reading. Regarding our strategy, okay? Writing them down, right? Writing them down. Working on building more harmonious relationships with everything on an atomical level, okay? People, places, or things, it doesn't matter. It's our relationship with everything, evolving that. And Kuan Yin and the Galactics are here to support us. Okay. So let me clarify with tarot. Yeah, the Empress at the bottom. I mean, this is pretty straightforward, right? Abundance, right? Time to take action. Give birth to your dreams. Creative projects will be very successful. Abundance and prosperity. You can't make this up, you guys. Okay? Yeah. The Knight of Swords. Taking quick, decisive action on this energy. What makes us feel in alignment with our heart, right? What makes us acknowledge the magic within us, okay? And making decisions from that place. All right, what's this ship of light? I'm just noticing it says, beam up your vibration. So this is about elevating our vibration, and the solstice today giving us that portal to the very center of the grand central sun does allow us to receive the activations and upgrades that elevate us, that allow us to raise our vibration as we release, as we have the courage to release what is no longer serving us and transmuting and building new pathways. Looking at how we make decisions. Harmonizing with Saturn as Saturn's going through these changes. All right, Spirit, ships of light. Okay, thank you. All right, so the Hermit, yeah, going within, right? Going within and being a light for others on our path, okay? Also, what this is saying is that the Galactus are sending us so much energy. This is saying meditation and solitude, shine your light. That's come up several times in this reading. As an example to others, self-discovery. This is an opportunity for us to master our energy within, all right? Particularly how we are showing up in the world with our vibration is what this is saying, and our connection to our galactic family. And on the bottom we have the Ace of Swords, which I was talking about earlier. Brilliant ideas that may need refinement. So this is where the planning and the strategy comes in. Brilliant ideas that need refinement, okay? Overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out, communicating clearly and concisely, remaining objective. And you can see there's a little butterfly on there there's a transformation that's occurring with this, okay? And overcoming obstacles is also what it says on this card, which is what I was saying with this, right? That wasn't necessarily the energy that I was getting, was a hostile energy, but you see how he has that sword there? And it says overcoming obstacles on this one. That's what I was feeling with this. Okay, it was more like overcoming obstacles. A strategy to do so in your life. What's this courage? Yeah, so there's a lot of emphasis on meditation and going within and with the Four of Swords. And so again, it's just, exactly what I was talking about with mastering our own energy, how we choose to show up in the world. What can we find within? What else can we do to master our own subtle energy and our cellular process within? What this is telling me under courage is that the sacral chakra needs some attention, all right, needs some energy work, needs some focus and some meditation on the sacral chakra is what that is saying to me for the reading here. Okay, and then Ace of Cups, yeah, self-love, but then there's also the dolphin there that represents joy and happiness. And so this, while all of this is going on, it's a good reminder that it's meant to be a fun and joyous process, okay? Going within and discovering these things about ourselves and unlocking this beautiful cup of overflowing love and emotion to ourselves first and foremost, and that we can share with others. We bring that higher vibration, right? So, yeah, also, with this one, okay, the courage to take off the armor, right? Because if you look on next to her, she has the armor while she's meditating. And this is clarifying courage. So it's about not being defensive. It's about being really open and honest with ourselves, right? Because we have the Ace of Cups here. Being able to laugh at ourselves even for our own ridiculousness sometimes, right? And yeah, there's some sacral chakra work that I'm seeing here. Okay, let's keep going. What's this strategy? For the collective spirit. Thank you. The Emperor, yep. Planning. Logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation. Accept a leadership role. Structure and discipline. This is what is lacking in the collective right now. And this is, I get it now. This is where Saturn is also trying to evolve from. So it's rebuilding our relationships because, you know, particularly, especially, I can relate to this. When I think about structure and discipline, I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds horrifying, right? But it's building a new relationship with this, is what this is saying at the heart of the reading. And this is where Saturn's evolution is coming through to help us with this so that we can evolve our relationship with the planning, with the strategy, right? Because it will assist us in the bigger picture of things on our path. It will help us with mastery of our own energy and being a light for others, okay? Having the courage to build a new relationship with structure and discipline so that it is something that is fun and enjoyable. And at the bottom, yeah, we have more transformation energy with release. Endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that hold you back, spiritual transformation. So it is a transformation of this process that I was explaining in the heart of the reading with the strategy and the Emperor. But then again, it's backing up the transformation, the change, the choices that we make in these regards. The need to release, that's coming up again, right? Came up with the Kuan Yin card from the very beginning. It's the death and rebirth. All right, Spirit. What is this with hostilities for the collective? Yeah, so this has to do with our obstacles in our connections. In our connections, okay? Obstacles with other people that we love. That's what it's saying. It says forgiveness and the ending of challenges. Don't give up on people you love. Redefining the relationship with people, places, or things in our life that are holding us back and preventing us from mastering our own energy so that we can build what we came here to build, okay, on our mission. And there's a multitude of ways to do this. There's always options, is what Spirit is saying. Don't ever feel like you're being forced to make a choice, because there is always alternative routes and other choices that can be made. Again, this is just backing up our decision, how we are choosing to make decisions and why. Look at this in your life, and is the way that you're making decisions creating more obstacles for you on your path, not only on your path in regard to your finances, but also with relationships with other people that mean a lot to you. What's this building atoms? What's this building atoms, Spirit? All right. So at the bottom, we have 5 of Wands, and what was clarifying building atoms is 4 of Cups. Okay. A lot of conflict we create for ourselves in our own life. You know that, you guys? Okay? based on our choices and the way we make decisions. And what we think, what we have always believed structure and discipline to be. And so what this is saying is if we keep focusing on the things that have gone wrong, we are missing out on using what is available to build a beautiful reality that is already within our timeline. Okay? What this is saying is that we have everything that we need already, and it's where we put our focus that is most important in the upcoming energy. And a lot of this starts with having harmonious relationships with ourselves and those in our life that we choose to have in our life, okay? This is very attainable for each and every one of us, with a little bit of maybe journaling, strategizing, planning, manifesting, writing, right? Working it out, doing that inner work. That's a very important piece of this. Having the courage to show your love, to not be defensive. Also, how I'm seeing this is really look at what you're creating in your life. Are you creating a series of feelings of missed opportunities? Are you creating a feeling of not paying attention to what your guides are trying to show you, to the abundance that is already around you, that you could build these magnificent realities with, okay? What are you choosing to focus on instead of what you can be cultivating within? Okay, that's what that's telling me. This is really like magician type energy, and it's having all the tools that you need, okay? Having all the tools that you need to build. And so you have more available to you than you think is what this is saying. And that's also something I was saying in the beginning. This has to do with love. This has to do with finances. This has to do with courage, right? The decision to step out and change the way you make decisions, the energy that you have available to you and around you from the galactics, from Kuan Yin, from the dragons. Don't get distracted by the conflict. Don't get distracted by the conflict, okay? Everything's changing. Everything is being transmuted. There's bigger things going on than what we see immediately in front of us, and it's a time to recognize that beauty of what's happening, you know, in the galaxy with the grand central sun and with Saturn. It's bigger than just what's going on immediately in our life, right? So zoom out your perspective. That's also what this is telling me. Zoom out your perspective and really see how beautiful this process is, even though it can be, this transformation can be a little messy and seemingly chaotic. It's actually very beautiful, and change is necessary to get where we're going, so that we're not doing things like we have always done in the past, okay? Because our relationship with everything is evolving and changing. Let's see what the bees have to say about this. Pollinate your mind. So what are you What are you ingesting spiritually? What are you reading? What are you watching? Right? How is it affecting your vibration? Master your energy based on what you're pollinating yourself with. Right? It affects your vibration. All right, bees. What do you want to tell us today? Catch more flies with honey. Yeah. Okay. So, she be little, but she be fierce. Yeah. So it's our relationship with joy, with fun during these changes, but also having that courage, right? This is also about being defensive and having a lot of conflict in your life, right? The bees are saying you catch more flies with honey. So be sweeter, right? You can, what this is also saying is you can still be fierce and be courageous and be sweet at the same time and harmonious with others, is what this is saying. Okay? It's actually saying you'll get more accomplished that way too on your path. So again, with the sacral and some root chakra here as well, and solar plexus activations coming through. Thank you, bees. Okay. That was a really beautiful reading. I wanted to end with some tuning forks and help to align. Just based on this reading, I'm definitely thinking we'll do solar plexus and sacral. So let's do root too. All right. $396. What I'm getting when I'm having this going is be careful what you're taking on from other people. If you're taking on a lot of energy or pressure from other people or conflict from other people, it could even be in your household, really look at this and set some healthy boundaries is also what this reading is saying, and remain centered, because it is distracting you from opportunities where you are having a space to build for yourself, okay? To build something really, really beautiful and structurally sound, and it's a sweet process with a lot of abundance. There are things that are taking your attention away from that, and it has to do with your connections with other people, and it could even be people in your house that are creating these obstacles for you. So Spirit is asking you to shift your perspective on that, okay? courage. Receive. Balance. 417. Align. Harmonize. Align. Harmonize. Feeling the activations from these already. 528. Realign. Repurpose. Refocus. Big breath. Realign. Repurpose. Refocus. Close out the circle. Gratitude to the galactics, Archangel Metatron, Kuan Yin, the dragons, the bees. To Saturn, to the Grand Central Sun, to ourselves, for honoring these energies and spaces within us and rebuilding our relationship with everything in our life to be more harmonious. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Namaste and aloha. Until next time.